Hey, what's up? My name is Beth and this is Star Makeup. Today we are going to do 3 different looks with the juvia'splace Tribe palette. So this is what the palette looks like, and I am so excited to show you 3 different looks that I have come up with this palette. So let's get started. What's up? So look number 1, using the juvia'splace Tribe palette. I'm so happy to have this. I can't even begin to tell you. Okay, so today I'm thinking that I want to stick to like the greens and this freaking beautiful duochrome. And I think I want to do a halo eye. This is going to be a little awkward because of course there's no mirror in juvia'splace palettes. So I'm going to use my The Balm Empty palette, which I have my Makeup Geek singles in. I'm going to start with the darkest green. It's called San or San. And I'm just going to use this Lorella brush, the one that's kind of like a big fluffy pencil brush. And of course, I'm just going to go right into my outer corner and lid, and then my inner corner with this color. And then once I've got the color laid down on both of those spots, I'm just going to kind of take whatever is left on the brush and just connect them. And I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer today. Now I'm going to take, sorry about that, I'm going to take the SL Miss Glam Precise Eye E25, and I'm going to go into Tootsie, which is like the medium green shade. And then I'm just going to take this right across my crease and use this to kind of blend out that deeper green. And go back to the other brush and just kind of intensify just where you can't really see that deeper green anymore, because it got kind of blended away. And now I'm going to go in with this big fluffy Lorella brush into the kind of like yellowy green white shade. And then I'm just going to blend that up into my brow. Alright, I'm going to use one of these real tiny little BH Cosmetics brushes, and I'm going to pick up the dark green shimmer, and then I'm just going to lay that down right at the edge of where that dark matte green is. On both sides, and I just want to kind of blend it into that matte. Now I'm going to take Coro, this light duochrome, this thing, oh my god, it's beautiful. And I'm just going to pat that just right in the middle. And then I'm going to pick up that small little pointed brush. I pick up a little bit with that, and then just make sure that it's above my crease, and blend it into that darker green shimmer. And then I'm gonna do the same thing down here. I'm just gonna make sure that those two shimmers blend together nicely. I am very happy with how this looks. So I'm going to recreate this on the other eye, do my base makeup, and I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. So I did the L'Oreal Visible Lift again. Can't wait till this thing is gone. The e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. I used the juvia'splace Saharan Blush Volume 1. And I used this really deep purple shade, kind of reddish purple. I love it. I think it's my favorite out of both of the blush palettes, and I do want to do a video showing you how you can make those dark colors work on fair skin. Let me see. I actually used the Duochrome from the Tribe palette, like just on my cheeks as the highlight. And then I used, where did it go? I used the Balm Willpower. Why do I always say willpower? Will powder for all the rest of my highlights. And I have the ColourPop Luxe Oil on. Freaking love that stuff too. I'm so upset because they announced today that they're doing more of them. They're coming out tomorrow. And there's a purple one and I can't get it. So that's a bummer. Alright, let's go ahead and get this lower lash line done. I think I'm just gonna use just one of these little Morphe Jeffree Star pencil brushes. Get my mirror out. And of course, I'm just gonna go into that deep shade and go into the outer corner. Had a little accident when I was putting my foundation on, so I actually have to fix that one eye because the brush kind of slipped out of my hand and ended up taking away the whole outer corner of this eye. Alright, I'm just going to clean that off and go into Tootsie. And just blend those two together. And sometimes when I do a halo eye, I will do like the exact same thing on the lower lash line that you did on the top. And sometimes I just feel like it closes my eyes off in the inner corner and makes my eyes look too small, depending on what the deepest shade is. So sometimes I will just do it more like this, and then I don't feel like my eye gets closed off as much that way. And then I'm just gonna take that big fluffy brush that we used before into, I'm assuming this light shade is called Masai. And then I'm just going to run that right underneath everything. Just make sure that I don't have any harsh edges. Fix my little outer corner gonna stay here. Alright, I'm not exactly happy with this on this side here, but I will fix that off camera while I do liner and mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, this is the finished look. I threw some of the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Liner, and for some reason the green is the only shade, because I have almost all of them, and the green is the only shade that really just does not work that well. And I've heard other people say that too, and it's a shame because it would be so good if it worked well. It just doesn't. The L'Oreal Voluminous in Burgundy and the L'Oreal Telescopic, of course. So this was look number 1. I think for look number 2, we're probably gonna go kind of orange brown. We'll see. So let's get right into it. Okay, look number 2. We're gonna stick kind of to the orange side of this palette for today's look. Let me see here. I think I'm gonna go, oops, that's not the brush I meant to grab. I'm gonna go with my Wet n Wild Bretman Rock brush, and I'm going to go into Oromo. I primed today with the e.l.f. like sheer lid lock. I can never remember what that thing is called. And I'm just gonna take that right into my crease. And now I think I want to use, I think I'm just going to use one of these like really small blending brushes. This one is from Makeup Academy. It had just come in one of the palettes that I got like on clearance for like less than $1 at CVS. And I'm going to go into Masai, this like bright yellowy green, and then I'm just gonna kind of buff that like right around the edge of that orange. Now I'm going to take this Morphe M562 and I'm going to go into Ashanti, this nice pukey brown shade. And I'm just going to put that like in my outer corner and kind of blend into my crease and into that orange. Alright, I really, really like how this looks. always say that and then I like blend more like an idiot. Okay, so let's see. So I think we're gonna take a flat brush then and go into Curla on the outer corner. Yeah, I'll take this one. This is a Lorella brush. It's just like a flat domed brush. Then I'm going to use that same brush. I'm just going to clean off the one side of it so that I don't have anything mixing in. And then I'm going to go into Chaga, this middle shade here. And then I'm just going to put that almost all the way into my inner corner. And now for the inner corner, I want something a little smaller and more precise. I'm gonna go with this little Lorella brush. It's just a real small little flat brush. And I'm sure you could probably guess, I'm going to go into Coro, which is that like white green duochrome. God, I love this shade so much. Oh my god, I love it so much. Like when this palette got here and I swatched these, I was like, like I was stunned at how beautiful this shade is. Okay, so just kind of fade that up into your crease there. Alright, so I'm going to recreate this on the other eye, do my base makeup, and we will finish off the eye then. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So I just did the L'Oreal Visible Lift, my e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. I used the juvia'splace Saharan Blush Volume 1, and I used this shade, Toby. And then I just used the shade Coro from the palette for my highlight. And then I have the Estate Cosmetics Wet Matte Lip in Treat. And the ColourPop Luxe Lip Oil in Playa Vista on my lips. So that is what I'm wearing. So I'm just going to go back into that like floppy Morphe brush with the shade Ashanti. Okay, and I'm just going to take that like just to kind of connect the top and the bottom. And like if you've got a weird fold right there like I do, don't really worry about that. Just kind of stick the brush in there and wiggle it around just so you've got the color. You don't have to really like be super worried about that spot. And then I'm just gonna take that small MUA brush that we used earlier, that I used earlier. I don't know why everybody says we. It's not like most people probably aren't actually doing their makeup with you. I went into Aromo, that orange shade. And I'm just gonna go right over top of that brown. And then like, I don't know, a little over halfway. And then I'm just gonna clean the brush off, and then I'm gonna go into Masai. And I want it to be like nice and bright on the inner corner. So I'm gonna make sure to get the most amount of pigment like right there. I put way too much on this side. I did not want it to be that intense. And then I just want to kind of drag it all the way across them. And I think I'm actually going to leave the shimmer shade just the way that it is. I don't want to wrap it around onto the lower lash line like I normally would. Alright, so I'm going to do some liner and mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and this is the finished look. And I'm really surprised. I'm not normally one for like orange. I love yellow, but I'm not one for orange typically. But I really, really like how this came out, like a whole lot. So I've got the LA Girl Shockwave in Screamin' in my waterline, and I used the L'Oreal Voluminous and the L'Oreal Telescopic. And that is it for look 2. Let's move on to look number 3. Okay, are we ready for look number 3? Today, what I want to do is kind of combine the first 2 looks together. So I want to do like a 2-colored crease. So I think I'm going to start off with my Profusion Small Pointed Eyeshadow ES6, this tiny little guy, and I'm going to go into Aromo, the matte orange shade, and I'm just gonna start that right in the beginning portion of my crease. And today I am using the ColourPop Cream Shadow in the shade Laurel for my eye primer. I've been messing around with this off camera several times now, and I actually really like it as an eye primer. I'm just going to drag a little bit of this a little farther than what I really want it to be, because it's going to need to mix in with the green too. So, alright. And then I'm going to take this Complex Culture Precision Eyelid. It's kind of like a Morphe M433. And I'm going to go into Tootsie, the like mid-tone matte green. And then I'm just going to put that on the outer half of my crease. And then I'm just gonna go back in with the brush from the orange and just kind of make sure that they blend together. Alright, and then I'm going to take the Profusion Pointed Crease eyeshadow and I'm going to go into Masai, that light matte green. And I'm just going to go really lightly right over the edge of both of these shades. I'm gonna go in with this Lorella kind of fluffy pencil brush, and I'm gonna go into San, and I'm just gonna pack that in my outer V. And then I'm kind of gonna bring it into the crease a little bit just to deepen up that outer corner. Go back in with the lighter green brush and just make sure that they blend together nice. Okay, so my battery started dying on me, so I had to switch out my battery for another one. So I'm gonna take the Morphe X Jeffree Star JS11, this like nice flat brush, and I'm going to pick up Kuba. And then I'm just going to pack that right next to where we did the deep matte green. And these two colors like sit next to each other so perfectly because you really don't even have to blend them together because they are so close in shade. They just kind of blend right together. Awesome. Okay, and then I'm going to take this Shayna B Miami smudge brush and I'm going to go into Chaga. And I'm going to put that all over the other half of my lid. And then I'm just kind of smudging back and forth where those two shades meet. Clean my brush off. And I'm going to go back into that just to make sure that it's above my crease. right. And then I'm going to pick up this tiny little flat, precise eyeshadow, ES7 from Profusion. It's a very little flat brush. And I'm going to pick up Coro. And then I'm just going to put that right next to my tear duct. And then just blend it into that orange gold shimmer. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to recreate this on the other eye, do my base makeup, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I did the L'Oreal Visible Lift, my e.l.f. Cream Contour Palette. I just did a little bit of the Wet n Wild Translucent Setting Powder. I used the Juvia'splace Saharan Blush Volume 1, and I used this shade, Abby. And then I used the Estate and Bailey Sarian Venice Fling palette for my highlight, and I used this shade, which is Ocean Ave. And then I just have the Carity The Mattes Liquid Lip. This is the shade Matcha Gracias. And I just put a little bit of the ColourPop Luxe Lip Oil over top of it. This Carity lipstick is actually, like, I really like the formula, except for when it dries down. It is very dry, so that's why I just threw that ColourPop oil over top of it. Alright, so let's finish up the eyes. So, basically gonna do the exact same thing on the bottom that I did on the top, only this time I'm just going to do the shimmers. I'm actually not going to use any of the mattes. So I'm just going to pick up the brush that I used with Kuba and pick up Kuba and just put some of that in my outer corner about halfway across. And then up some of Chaga. Oh yeah, I like that. And then just a little bit of Coro to wrap around onto that lower lash line. Ooh, I really like the way this came out. Alright, I'm going to throw I'm going to throw some liner in my waterline and some mascara on, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. This is the finished look. I love it. I love this palette so much. Like, I can't even begin to tell you how much I love this palette. I'm so glad I picked it up when I did. I was going to say, if you want this palette, you better grab it quick, because I saw that there was a rumor that it was being discontinued, but I decided to check it out before I said that, and it is no longer on Ulta, and it is no longer on the Juvia'splace website. So I don't think that it was a rumor. I think that it is gone, unfortunately. You might be able to find it on like Poshmark or something like that, used, which is totally fine. I mean, you can sanitize eyeshadow even if somebody else has used it, and it's totally okay. But yeah, there's nowhere to buy it brand new anymore, I don't think. And that's a shame because this is an amazing palette. I love it so much. Okay, so I threw the Maybelline Lasting Drama in Jade Olive in my waterline, and of course I used my L'Oreal combo that I love, the Voluminous in Burgundy and the Telescopic in, I think it's like Blackest Black. I don't think I've ever said that before. Yeah, I used the shade Blackest Black. So yeah, that is it for this 3 looks 1 palette. I hope you enjoyed the looks as much as I did. Please, if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet and you would like to see more content like this. Ring the notification bell, that way you get a notification every time I post a new video. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, although I don't post a lot to Twitter at this point, mostly just Instagram. All of that information will be down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.